Hello, I upgraded my camera. It looks so good. Oh my god, you can actually see my room now. Can you tell I'm a minimalist? I love Polly Pockets. God, I could eat, sleep, breathe those Polly Pockets. I'm 25 and I collect Polly Pockets, and that's okay. Anyways, that's not at all what we're talking about. Today, Commentary Jessie has returned because I feel very strongly about these current allegations that have recently been brought to light. Not even recently been brought to light, that have been disregarded a lot in the past and finally taken seriously. This is fun. I love my commentary era. This is so fun. Okay, the situation at hand is really disturbing and disgusting, but I would love to use my platform to talk about things that really matter. I feel personally connected to this. Okay. First off, before I even continue yapping, I need to let you all know what this situation is. So essentially, Tana Mongeau, who by the way, I love and adore, and I've met her a few times. She is an angel. This is kind of insane. I was a featured creator at TanaCon years ago. Do you ever just have someone randomly dig up lore about yourself? I was at an event recently and someone was like, "Were you a TanaCon creator?" And I forgot I did that. I really did. I have to be honest, I'm a Tana stan. I love her. I don't want to get demonetized, so I'm just gonna say Cody Ko was intimate with Tana Mongeau when she was a minor. He was 25 years old and she was 17. She revealed this during a live show for her podcast, Cancelled. The irony. Ooh. This is an illegal act because even if a 17-year-old consents, they are not considered an adult to consent. Which, by the way, just to add something in, I was also, if you don't know, I moved to LA at 16 and I was living alone and doing the whole YouTuber alone in LA as a minor thing, and it did put me in really scary situations and vulnerable person, and I had a lot of things that didn't have to happen to me because I was living alone in a giant city across the country with no parents. But for me, I was really fortunate where when I was 17, my older friends were considered my parents. Like, I called one of my best friends, we have an age difference pretty similar to what Cody Ko and Tana Mongeau had. I call her mother. I legitimately called her mother because she kind of raised me. So on the alternative end, to think about someone being intimate with someone with that age gap is very disturbing for me, because on the opposite end, I was having these older sister relationships with almost motherly relationships with these people that were older than me because I was so young in such a vulnerable situation. I know this is very different from the videos I normally make, so I want to make it very clear as to why I'm making it. And I don't consider this a video about drama. It's not just gossip to me. Like, this is a very serious situation that should be treated as such. So I just want to, I guess, come in and talk about why I feel like I want to comment on this situation. Not to make this about myself, but just to kind of provide context and where I'm coming from with this video. I opened up about something very recently on my channel where essentially I was a minor and I was essayed by a grown man that was about 45, 50. And I remember how much that changed for me personally, the trajectory of my whole entire life. It's really upsetting to see people refuse to see Tana Mongeau as a victim because people see her for her failure with TanaCon or who she parties with, and I just think that's completely unfair. That completely changed my life and the people I started to attract into my life. I started to feel comfortable with being controlled, with being pressured into doing things. It was my norm. I didn't know how to have a healthy relationship because I was so used to being told what to do, and it continued. It's not just a one-time thing that happens to you. It's something that goes on and happens multiple times. I couldn't even hug people the same way. And granted, every situation and experience is different, but for me, I just feel very passionately about this topic, as honestly everyone should, but especially for me as someone that's been a victim. Especially when you think about a minor, for me, I had no experiences. I was just so young at that age, and I'm 25 now, so I have the insane experience of having been a victim, but then also being the same age Cody Ko is now, and I cannot even imagine. I see my 17-year-old self, and I just want to like hug her and protect her. So I guess, I don't know, I don't want to talk too much about myself, but that's why I feel very passionate about this topic. Okay. And what's so sad is a lot of the time with these people, it is not a one-time thing. And we're going to get into that. But, you know, I really do not believe that I was the only person that this person did this to. I think they're just living their life and they have no idea as to what they've done to me, as to how much they've changed my life. I feel very passionately about men getting to just walk away and not even have to think about things, while people, women, are left affected for the rest of their lives. I can't stand behind it. I don't know. It really aggravates me, as it should anyone. First off, I do want to say there have been so many YouTubers and people that have worked with Cody Ko that have spoken up and have taken action when they've even been friends with him, which is a really incredible thing to see. It's been really great to see people actually taking accountability. And for example, Danny Gonzalez, love him so much, love his videos. Danny Gonzalez, do you know lesbians love you? He enlisted all of his videos with Cody Ko and changed the descriptions. Like, such a great, incredible, easy thing to do. And I'm not saying like these YouTubers have to make statements, because they don't, because they're not the ones that did anything. But as something as simple as that, just showing that you don't support it, A+, perfect. Drew and Enya, they have a podcast, and they were a part of his podcast company. No idea he had a podcast company. They left, and now they're independent, which I'm sure it can be a lot more difficult to be independent than have a company that's handling your deals and everything like that. But they recognized, I don't support this, which is another great step. Chad, large commentary creator, has been super active on Twitter talking about this. Overall, yeah, just wanted to include that in there because he has not just been completely getting away with this. Tana Mongeau has been talking about this for a very long time. Gabby Hanna even talked about this indirectly in the past.
So many situations. There was a situation with Gabby Hanna at a playlist live where she pulled him aside and told him like, yo, she's 17. And then we still went and hooked up.
One time I told a guy, I saw him making out with a girl at a party who was underage. And I pulled him aside and I was like, hey man, you probably don't know. I know she like looks a little older. She's underage. Watch it. And he's like, oh my God, thank you for telling me. And then he turned.
Also, if you don't know who Cody Ko is, he's a giant commentary YouTuber. He reacts to a lot. He's known for his reactions to The Cut. People just think he's funny. They like to chill with him. I followed him because I like to see what other YouTubers were up to, but his content just wasn't for me personally. Sometimes I just like to watch YouTubers where it feels like we would have been friends in high school, and I just feel like me and him wouldn't have been friends in high school, so I just didn't really vibe as much. I feel like if I am following a man on YouTube, I like it when he looks like he was an awkward theater kid. That's kind of my personal taste. But in all of his comments, all of his wife's comments, he has a wife and a kid on the way, by the way. They had the child, guys. All of their comments have been swarmed. D'Angelo Wallace, who I love their content, made a really good video on this, and everything kind of exploded. So you're probably wondering, like, what has Cody Ko done in response to all of this? Well, let's take some guesses. What do you think? What do you think he did, right? Notes app apology where he tries to get sympathy by showing his son and his wife in it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Nope. He DJ'd. He posted to his side channel too. And at one point in the progression of all of this, when it started to kind of pick up storm, he told Tana to not talk about it because he has a wife.
There was a while ago where I think I said something about it online and it was starting to surface, and he texted me like, are we good? And was like, I said, yeah. And like, he was like, my wedding's coming up. Like,
what a response. First off, the audacity to tell someone that they can't talk about their experiences just because you have a wife. I understand trying to turn a new leaf, but what you did was illegal, and you have a giant audience of people supporting your every move, and they deserve every right to know what you've done. You are not just a random husband. You are quite literally a content creator with a giant platform which gives you a ton of power. Your audience has every right to know about this. Not that your audience needs to know who you sleep with, but if it's illegal, yeah. If anything, it is more concerning that you are a parent and you did this, that you are a husband and you did this. Having a wife and kids doesn't just erase what you did. You don't just, it's not a blank slate. It's taking the idea of something that is very true, you know? I want to just move on in my life. I want to be a better person. I want to learn and grow from this thing. But this is not something you just learn and grow from. This is something way more serious. When it comes to controversy with people you follow online, there's things that we need to give people, you know, the room to grow and heal from, because everyone can be dumb and make mistakes or be in an environment where they were told this certain thing was right and okay. But then also, there are things on this side where it's like, no, you don't just learn and grow and move on and just become a better person after that. You take real accountability. He has a side channel called Cody Ko 2, which he's been posting to. I think it's a very interesting choice to only be posting to your side channel, and absolutely that's an acknowledgement in itself, besides the text to Tana, that he has absolutely seen the backlash. I understand it can take a while to come up with a formulated response to something like this, but at the same time, why are you posting at all? Why are you posting any lighthearted content? I don't care if it's a brand deal. I know this man has money. You can figure that out. Why are you posting a reaction video to something completely off topic? It just shows how much he doesn't see the issue as being serious. Also, I had no idea he DJ'd. Very interesting career progression, to be honest.
1, 2, 3.
I knew he had this music duo, and I actually knew him more for the music. I thought that the parodies were funny. So I've seen his parodies, and I thought they were super funny. Like the racism, knock it off. That was a funny video. And like they did a song with Black Bear about like tiny short men. I thought that was funny. He DJ'd the song Sorry by Justin Bieber. I don't know if it was intentional. If it was, you've got weird humor, buddy. That's pretty fucked up. It is too late to say sorry, Cody Ko. Just in case you were trying to like communicate with us, it's too late. It's too late. Here's the thing. You know all of this is happening. You are a man with money, and you made choices that, to be honest, I know you have the money to back out of these commitments. You did not have to upload that side channel video, and you did not have to DJ. Like, I believe he had an app that he sold for a ton of money when he was super young. I absolutely have full confidence that this guy has enough money to be able to back out of these opportunities, because the thing is, you can suffer financial loss from backing out of things you are contractually obligated to do. You can get out of these things, especially if it's at the detriment of whatever this brand is. Like, for example, wherever this DJ set was happening, it probably didn't look good that you were there for them. I don't know, unless then I have to question them and their morals, I do fear. Moving on from that, it has recently come to light that this is not the only person. It's recently come to light that there was not just one minor involved, which was Tana. There are two others. One of them came forward, and the other one, kind of with research on his Reddit page, they were able to find this girl that used to hang out in all of his videos all the time, and he was in his 20s, and she was 17. What's very annoying is seeing his fans try to defend this. Sometimes his fans are unknowingly, or maybe knowingly, gaslighting people that are trying to hold someone accountable in the comments. Maybe they were just friends. Maybe they were just friends. Okay, why is he not friends with any 16 or 17-year-old boys? I don't know. I don't remember seeing him friends with a lot of 17 or 16-year-old boys. It's very interesting that they happen to be the gender that he's attracted to. That is very, very interesting. Wonder why. Really, really do. Wonder why. Also, someone came forward and said that they Snapchatted Cody Ko as a minor. The thing is, when I see someone else come forward after there's a big initial someone coming forward in it, you know, starting to cause movement and conversation and accountability, hopefully. When I see other people come forward, it makes me sad because I wonder if those people felt like they never had the space to come forward. Like, how long have these people been holding on to this and feeling as if they had no power? Cody Ko is this giant YouTuber that was super loved by everyone and anyone. I went to a premiere of My Policeman, a great movie, and he was actually behind me in line for the carpet. People were screaming for him, shouting for him. People loved him. It is so terrifying to go up against this giant group of people that literally would die for this person. And then you're here trying to tell them that basically their God should not be on that pedestal, should have that pedestal just like kicked out from under them. Yeah, that's really scary. So I don't know. I always think about that when I see one person come forward and then others after, and people are always like, why didn't you come forward before? Probably because they were scared out of their mind, especially if it's just a regular human being without a fan base and then a giant YouTuber. If you look back, a lot of Cody Ko's content, you just see things that now are alarming instead of just like just suspicious eyes, you know? If you get what I'm saying. Now you can see them in a completely different light. For example, this clip.
Seinfeld got away with it.
Yeah.
I was just kind of sitting there, like, reading, like, just one of those tweets, and I'm like, how is it that, like, when people get rich, like, that's, like, top 5 things they get caught doing?
What, dating younger people?
Just assaulting children?
It's very interesting how his friend says abusing children, and then he says just dating younger people. The word just, it's just implying it's not really that big of a deal. Just dating younger people. And then his best friend next to him is telling a completely different story. Very telling. Very, very telling. And it makes me wonder behind closed doors if he has, for the sake of content, it makes me wonder if behind closed doors, you know, he has excused other things that other people have done and said that they were just dating people that were younger. What's very interesting is he has a Reddit page that has been completely monitored. If people try to post anything about the situations, any allegations against him, for even other reasons and other things that he's done, because there's not just this, it has been revealed, you get taken down for instigating drama, which is so unfair to call this situation drama that is being instigated. Because this is a real world, real life thing that happens and traumatizes minors. Sad is that those perpetrators, it feels like it, to them it feels like it's just someone instigating drama because they can never conceptualize and understand how much they're actually hurting their victims. This has already been touched on a lot, but I feel like it would be weird if I didn't bring this up. One of his friends is a R-wordist. And people for a very long time have been wording and voicing, I don't like that you associate with this person, as you can imagine. Maybe the bare minimum to not associate with someone that's done something like that, which, by the way, the whole story is pretty insane. And he kind of does this same sneaky thing. Hides him from his content from now on, but still invites him to his wedding, still is friends with him behind closed doors. Very sneaky and concerning behavior to be such a different person behind closed doors, because you know what you're doing is wrong, and you don't want it to affect you in your career, but you still want to be able to associate with someone that's done this. And what's concerning is he spoke out about someone else, another influencer, doing something very similar to what his close friend did. So It applies to people you don't know, but not your own friends. 2015, he tweeted, Carter Reynolds filmed himself borderline R-wording a chick, but it's okay because he screenshotted his notes app and told us he loved us. Now, do you want to hear about what his friend did that was in his wedding? His friend, by the way, that did this, his name is Colby. So Colby, in March 2011, drugged and assaulted the victim at Duke. Colby brought over his friend Brian to assault her, recorded the assault, and showed people in his fraternity the video. A month later, a police investigation happened, and Colby lied to the officer about the recorded video, and once the video was found, Colby lied yet again and said the person in the video was his ex-girlfriend. Eventually, Colby admitted the people in the video were the victim, him and Brian, and in the video, you can hear her audibly not consenting to the video being taped. In spring of 2012, sorry, that was my cat. Spring of 2012, she took a leave of absence and was willing to testify. Police told her that prosecution would not be successful, and in March of 2013, she wrote a statement to the university that she was assaulted and recorded non-consensually. A university investigation happened, and the disciplinary panel concluded unanimously that there was not enough evidence to punish Colby or Brian. They charged Colby and Brian with non-consensual filming and put them on probation. The victim then sued Duke University for violating. This case literally made her transfer out of Duke. Literally made her transfer. Because things like this have real life consequences for the victims, but not the perpetrators. It is so annoying to constantly see this happening. Whenever I talk about trauma experienced as a minor, as an adult still, I get very emotional. It can my whole day just talking about it in therapy. It literally changed it basically kind of changed my brain chemistry. You can change a whole person's life, and to think that your friendship is more important than this girl getting justice is absolutely disgusting. I love all of my friends. My best friends are literally my rocks. I love my friends, but at the same time, if any of them did anything like this, I think it's a given that I would not support them at all, and I would correspond with the police if I needed to. I have no doubt in my brain that my friends would never. But regardless, you get what I'm trying to say. My friendship with someone would never be more important than a victim getting justice. So his best friend, Noel Miller, is also still friends with this person, so should also be held accountable, by the way. That should also be something that is being brought up, and he is still currently successful regardless of being friends with this person. And because here's the thing, inviting someone to their wedding, still giving them friendship, is showing that you do not support the victim and you support the perpetrator. Absolutely. That is you saying that you support them. Anyways, yesterday, his friend Noel Miller was performing. He's on a comedy tour, I believe. And someone yelled into the crowd about the situation, apparently. They asked him about the Cody Ko situation, and apparently it made him very uncomfortable. So some girl said, "What's up with the Cody Ko situation?" And he got super uncomfortable, and he said, "Haha, I don't know, you ask him." And then someone yelled, "We love Cody," and the room cheered. So his friend shrugged this off, and he still sold a comedy show, and the room quite literally cheered in support, apparently, allegedly, for Cody Ko. It might seem like the internet discourse is so loud right now, and it is, but clearly it's still not loud enough. He still has people in his corner. It's so upsetting because as a female creator, I just have seen, and this is not to say that female creators have never done horrible, messed up things too. I just have seen women get an insane amount more hate for way less. Way less. Like, way less. And it's very, 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 very upsetting. I've seen female celebrities get canceled more for being alleged divas with no evidence than I've seen people actually care enough to not support Cody Ko anymore, which is really deeply upsetting. I'd much rather support someone knowing they're kind of a diva than someone that has literally been intimate with a minor. So upsetting is in any work environment, this would be treated as a very serious issue, but because it's YouTube, it's different. Because it's Tana Mongeau, it's different. What's also so bizarre is seeing someone in the commentary space be canceled for this. Typically, people that are making commentary videos on YouTube, at least the ones that I follow that he's been associated with in the past, are pretty left-leaning, LGBTQ plus friendly, empathetic, and a lot of their videos will sometimes center around, you know, pointing out something that's immoral in some way. You know what's really scary? When you have Jake Paul looking like he's the right one? Because I remember when this whole thing went down between him and Jake Paul like called him a bully. Like, you know you messed up when it looks like Jake Paul was a little right. I do wonder though, which is a very interesting conversation, is obviously Jake and Tana had their own association, and I believe he was potentially with Tana or was around the time, like maybe right after he married Tana and all that stuff. I wonder if that did actually, and by the way, this is not me trying to say I'm a Jake Paul stan or Jake Pauler. This is not me trying to say that. But I do just wonder if maybe that even, and I'm not trying to say that was a great video, because it wasn't. He did not go about that well at all. Though Ohio Fried Chicken is such a beautiful song, actually. Hoping it gets a Grammy one day. I fucking love that song. What a beautiful song, beautiful songwriting. Merch link in bio, loved that song. Like, I definitely think more musicians need to be putting the lyrics merch link in bio in the beginning of their songs. Thank you, Jake Paul. Sorry. I do wonder if that maybe influenced that video, but he felt like he couldn't say that thing, like he knew that information, but he couldn't say it because he was like, that's Tana's information and her business, and she can do with it what she wants. I have no idea. I don't know. Just a thought. As someone that had their very first sexual experience forced on them by an adult as a minor, I am very confused as to why this isn't a big deal, and I wasn't as productive in taking care of myself and like getting the help I actually needed after that, because I didn't think it was that big of a deal at the time, because I was told it wasn't a big deal. And I think we need to start making these things big deals. You're not just dating someone younger, Cody Ko. Making these things a big deal, it allows for justice, it allows for the victim to understand the severity of what they went through, because there's a lot of gaslighting yourself when it comes to a victim of anything, you know? No one actually believes. It's hard to comprehend what you've actually been through. I think we need to just start treating these things as bigger deals. I'm not gonna lie, it's getting so bad that I'm struggling to find men that I'm not terrified of letting me down on the internet. So please let me know who's a sweetie that I can support. I'm 25 years old, and all of my friends are 26, 27, but I think of what I knew at 17 and what I know now as a 25-year-old, I think there's such a difference, and it's just, there's such a difference in power. I have more power now than I did at 17, that is for sure, especially between a man and a woman. Hope you enjoyed this video. It was very different. Feels weird to do this right now, but I'm gonna feature your pages on the screen as well as your posts. Also, I released a song. It's really gay, so I will sacrifice you to your demons tonight if you don't stream it at least 17 times. So go stream Lily and watch the music video if you can. That'd be great. I did work really hard on it. I thought the electric guitar playing was kind of sexy. I don't know. Kind of hot. If you actually support lesbians, you better fucking stream this or you suck. Wow. Love you all so much. And also, I hope you liked the video last week. It was so much fun to film and so different. I'm trying to like just try new things. So let me know if you're liking things or not. I don't know. Okay.